Hello, I'm Heidi Lung, President of the Iowa Museum Association and Director of the Museum Studies Program at the University of Iowa. In this third professional development video, I'll present the Teaching Iowa History Lesson Plan repository. I will demonstrate how to search the site using themes, eras, and standards. I'll introduce you to lesson plan templates, tools, and strategies that you can use when engaging with the Teaching Iowa History website. And finally, I'll share how you can contribute your lesson plans to our repository and provide us valuable feedback on the lessons that are already published. This first phase of teaching Iowa history has had some very ambitious goals, and we've already discussed the first goal that included curating a collection of primary sources for museums across the state. My focus for this presentation is to discuss our second goal, which is the development of lesson plans that use primary sources found in our primary source database. These lessons are meant to align with Iowa Core Social Studies standards. In an effort to make teaching social studies less abstract and more relevant, we look to using museum collections to teach to the Purple Strand. This includes asking questions like, how can we use Iowa Museum collections to put Iowa history into the larger context of US and world history? Or phrased another way, how we can use Iowa Museum collections to put US and world history into the context of Iowa history. This slight shift in focus and perspective allows us to move from a broad national and world global history to looking through a local history lens, focusing on Iowa to tell these larger, broader stories. This effort to use Iowa Museum collections to teach local and state history is just one way that teaching Iowa history tries to increase engagement in the classroom. Teaching Iowa history creates relationships between lesson plans, essays, bibliographies, and objects through a tagging framework originally developed by the Iowa History Advisory Council. The tagging framework will assist you in connecting lessons with additional information and artifacts to enhance learning. You may start exploring from any of several vantage points. To view lesson plans, go to the home page on the Teaching Iowa History website and click View Lesson Plans in the top navigation bar. Use the filters on the left of the lesson plans page to drill down your results. Click on the title underneath lesson plans to access the lesson. Because the lessons have been coded with a tagging system, you can filter the lessons by Iowa history era, theme, city or county, or even person. You can even sort the lesson plans according to each Iowa Core standard. All of the lessons on the Teaching Iowa History website were developed using the same format. Within each lesson, you'll find links to the primary sources within the Teaching Iowa History database, as well as links to essays, bibliographies, and other secondary sources that support understanding of the context around the object. You can explore these educator resources by clicking on Educator Resources in the top navigation bar. As developers of Teaching Iowa History resources, we understand that the most important part of this project is that resources are accessible, useful, and adaptable. We understand that these lessons may be changed by you, the educator, to meet your needs in the classroom, and that's okay. In addition to lesson plans and all of the educator resources on the website, you'll find resources within each one of these professional development modules. Be sure to look down below the video to see activities, readings, and other links and resources to support you in your teaching. Finally, we're looking for more lesson plans to publish on our website. If you've developed or consider developing a lesson plan using Teaching Iowa primary sources, please share it with us. In this module, you'll find a blank template for our lesson plan, as well as a lesson plan template with guidance so that you have an understanding of exactly what we're looking for. And of course, you can always reach out to us if you have an idea for a lesson and we can help you develop that lesson. What we're looking for is to have teachers and museum educators participate in providing lessons for each other. This is an online collaborative community, and we're so glad that you're a part of it. This first phase of teaching Iowa history has just come to an end. We've accomplished a lot during this first 3-year phase, and it is an iterative process, meaning that each phase we learn something new that informs the next. We continue to improve on each of the components of teaching Iowa history. So we began with our planning phase with all of our collaborative partners. We moved into our primary source database phase where we built that database with the support of museums across the state. We utilized the support of faculty and students at universities throughout Iowa to help build that database. Our lesson plans were developed by students who are education students or pre-service teachers. And so being able to apply teaching pedagogy to developing these lesson plans using primary sources was very helpful to them. And finally, this fourth part of our first phase development is to create the online professional development and to improve our website so that lesson plans and resources are more available and accessible to the people that we're trying to reach, educators and museum professionals. Finally, one of the most important parts of teaching Iowa history is that we get feedback from you, the educators and museum professionals who've been such a large part of this project. We look forward to hearing from you. You'll find within the professional development modules links to a survey that will allow you to share your ideas. Perhaps you found a lesson plan that was particularly helpful, or perhaps you found something that could be improved upon. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we take your feedback very seriously. It is a collaborative effort. Thank you so much for watching Museum On.